Right, welcome ladies and gents. Margot Robbie's Payday for Barbie has been revealed. This isn't like a, oh my god, no, this is very, very smart businesswoman. Margot Robbie was one of the individuals that actually sort of propelled this forward. She's an executive producer on board the project, and her payday is huge. Now, it's not just the payday that's very, very smart. It's also the fact that she didn't sign any contracts for sequels. Now, the payday is significant for a reason. And on the back end of that, they'll be wanting sequels. And now she can basically just name her price. So, yeah, it's hilarious. Shrewd businesswoman. I'll give her that much. Bloody shrewd businesswoman. So let's take a look at this. Hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. It's just interesting. Now, I don't think anyone needs to earn this level of income. It's crazy. But I mean, hey, look, if you can seal a deal for that, it makes sense. You absolutely would, of course you would. But it's also these kind of paydays, $50 million, that is the payday. In fact, salary and box office bonuses combined. It's that level of payday that is causing such a hassle and a headache for the studios. And it's why everyone's on a strike. Because the studios are like, I don't want to pay this level of money anymore. And what's funny about this is a Warner Brothers film. They made a very, very similar mistake, kind of, with Todd Phillips and the Joker. That movie, $1 billion, right? Incredible sums of money, the Joker. Barely any of it went to Warner Brothers because of the deal that Todd Phillips had signed with them. They just didn't believe in it. It goes to show the disconnect, at the higher level of these studios to what the market actually wants. How did you not think that Barbie was going to be a smash hit success with the level of, worldwide recognition of the brand IP? It's bizarre. So, it goes to show, one, why they're striking. Because the studios are like, we can't keep paying this level of money. Like, it's insane. We need to earn some money from this. And the actors are like, oh, no, I want to keep earning this level of money and stave off any AI. So let's take a look. This is an exclusive to Variety. It's an interesting read. And like I say, it just goes to show, it really does outline the industry at large. And these ones are always just fascinating to take a look at. Because it goes to show just how much money bleeds in this industry. It's huge. Give me a piece of that money. That'd be brilliant. So anyway, Margot Robbie is being richly rewarded for her key role in bringing Barbie to the big screen. So the star and producer behind the summer's biggest hit stands to make roughly $50 million in salary and box office bonuses combined, according to 3 individuals with knowledge of her deal. So Barbie director and co-writer Greta Gerwig will also likely receive bonuses because of the film's outsized success. Barbie has earned an astonishing $526.3 million at the domestic box office since it opened a month ago. As well as $657.6 million at the international box office. So that comes to $1.18 billion globally. Now, you do have to factor in theatre costs into all of that, which is roughly, can be anywhere from 50%. A good average is about 50%. Depending on how well it's done in varying markets, you kind of just floor it at 50%. So theatres are taking 50% of that. Ish, give or take, and then you have to factor in the fact that the movie had a big marketing budget. But hey, it's still done way good. But I guess the reason why I'm saying that is for those naysayers that well, she should have earned more. Actually, no. 50 million is more than enough anyway. But also, it's more than enough, especially when you factor in those quantities of takings. Loads of people seem really blindsided. They think that the theatres don't take any of the money. It's like, how do you think they earn anything? Come on, guys, seriously. Odd. But it's done great, basically. And that figure should keep climbing, given that Barbie is still top in box office charts. It will probably keep going, to be fair. It is slowing down, but it will probably keep going. So the film is now the second highest grossing in history of Warner Brothers, behind Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. It's also the highest grossing film ever from a female director, overtaking the previous record holder, which was Frozen 2, which is co-directed by Jennifer Lee. So, making waves in history and, You know, all that nonsense. They always seem to break records. Every film is a record breaker these days. Like, just anything to promote it. Oh, it broke this record. Oh, it broke the record with the director eating, you know, the amount of green beans on set every day. Like, fucking what? Seriously? It's nonsense. I made that one up. If you didn't know. I have to highlight some of my sarcasm sometimes because I deliver it with such a deadpan. Some people genuinely believe some of the stuff I'm saying is true, or that I believe some of the stuff I'm saying is true. Obviously, no movie will break a record or be touted as a record breaker for the amount of record-breaking green beans being eaten by a director on set every day. That's clearly sarcasm. Anyway, I interrupt this broadcast, this important message. So in addition to bringing the popular children's toy to glittering life, Robbie also produced the film through her production company, Lucky Chap. Now that's the really important thing, is because it was her that basically went to Warner Brothers and was like, hey, this movie can break $1 billion. So, you know, she's a shrewd businesswoman because, again, remember, guys, she doesn't have to sign any deals for a sequel now, even though they're going to want her to sign a deal for a sequel. And because of that fact, that's amazing. What a shrewd businesswoman. She produced it. She'll obviously be on board as a producer for the second one. But if they want her on board as star of the sequel, or involved in the sequel in any way, same as Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling did not sign any contracts for a sequel, meaning he can just come and go as he pleases, and also name a price. So it's kind of good and bad for the actors, because Warner Brothers may not want to pay out that level of money again based on the success. So we could enter into a situation like the Joker had been for a little while, where it was a whirlwind of success and it seemed obvious that they were going to make a sequel, but then they didn't. And why didn't they? Because of negotiations, probably, more than likely. But there you have it. I just thought this was interesting because it really does show the disconnect from the studio. The studio signed away their profits, basically, for this film because they didn't believe in it. How did you not believe in it? Like, it was clearly going to do, like, very, very well because of the brand IP. And we got another video on another brand IP that seemingly picked up this year simply because of one movie, which is crazy. And I do think what'll be interesting on the back end, speaking of brand IP and picking up, whether Barbie sales will increase as a result of the movie or not, because the movie kind of denigrates Barbie as a product and like a, you know, an item to play with. So it'll be interesting to see whether they pick up as a result of the movie or not. That's going to be interesting. Whether we even get those sales figures, which are unlikely, but still, nonetheless, thought this was an interesting video. This is why Hollywood is just burning and losing money and bleeding cash flow, because they don't know what people want. Idiots. Let me know what you think down below, though. Cheers, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.